So in this video, we're going to talk about using an old credit card, gift card, maybe you have a school ID. You can see I'm using my old school ID from high school. So you have a glimpse of me as a younger person almost 20 years ago, braces and everything. Anyway, we're going to use this to make our rib tools. One side is going to be our smooth metal rib, and the other side is going to be our serrated metal rib. The thinner the card, the better. That way you have a little more bend and flex to it. And make sure that you're using a card that hasn't been punched out of a larger sheet of plastic and has little sharp perforated edges to it. If you do have that, that's fine. But one thing I would suggest doing if you have a little sandpaper or even a nail file is to just take that and file that edge down a little bit so that when you run your finger along it, it's nice and smooth. Okay. Now you can use the long edge just as it is to smooth over the surface of your clay. You might also want to cut off these corners to make that surface a little more rounded, just like our metal ribs at school. And then you won't have those corners digging into your clay. So if that's the case, then just take your pencil and draw a light little line to kind of help you gauge where you want those corners to come off. Okay, and then just use your scissors follow along those lines. Try to snip those little corners off as best you can. But again, those can be filed down. Okay. And once you get those little sharp points worn down a little bit, then you should be good to go for your smooth rib. Okay, all right, so that'll help you to smooth your clay surface and compress any areas of flat clay that need to be compressed. Okay, on the other side, we are going to snip off the corners. I'm not so careful to make them nice and rounded because what we're going to do is we're going to cut a little jagged edge into this, just cut those little teeth out to make our serrated surface. I will try to speed this up once I get going. Okay, brush these out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to take my scissors and just start cutting little triangles out. Okay, and then if you pull those out, you can see you've got something similar to the edge of our serrated ribs that we use at school. All right, and there you have it. So again, you can use this edge for smoothing, compressing, and this edge for scoring or adding texture if needed.